Today I work with solar energy and I am civil engineer. I work with the others activities in my area. Um, I am in the talking since January, but recently I am more progress. And I try to study every day, except this Sunday and Sunday and Monday, because Monday don't have the class at 17, oh, 17, 7 a.m.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's, I love what the movie series, I love a lot of things. I love game, practice, export, play the guitar, sing. I have 2 pets, and that's it.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for sharing with us. I think I'm not sure, but there are a lot of class or immersions at 6 a.m. and I try to participate it because my dates it's a little busy, but I don't know if you want to try that if it's so early for you, but you can try. Yeah.
It's very early for me.
Yeah, I know. But I said
Today
that
is
because
okay. I
oh
I wake up okay, but in
yeah,
the other days in this week, no,
yeah.
no, no.
No problem. I understand because normally we need to prioritize the sleep or other tasks. Yeah. So I try to do, but it's not so like Bruna because Bruna participated, I think, every single day. Yeah. That's it, Bruna. Every 6 a.m. Are you in the meetings?
Yeah, every day at the Sunday, Monday at the Friday,
Friday.
we have a immersion 6 a.m. but a different hostel.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a challenge sometimes, but I love it to start my day try talking English. Yeah. So, and Bruna, and can you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. I'm Bruna. I live in Brasilia. I'm married. I'm a host here in Talk and Talk in English and in French too. And like I said, we have immersion at 6 a.m. every day, Monday at Friday. What else? I guide the immersion at Friday, 6 a.m. And I love to do in my free time dance, workout, hang out with my family and my friends. And that's it for today.
Yeah, I think maybe 6 a.m. It's so hard when it's a Friday because the guys are so tired because the week. Yeah, maybe. At the beginning, when I start to be a host at 7 a.m. on the Friday, th there is no one invite me to have a conversation. Yeah, enjoy the conversation. But nowadays,
Today, today it was have was the first moment, the first time that the only person like you,
okay,
but
yeah,
every Friday we have someone.
there
But
are
I
okay,
understand that it's hard. It's a challenge to wake up early and to practice other language. No, I
yeah,
agree with you. It's a big challenge, but
yeah,
I understand. For me it's so good because I understand my mind think, oh, you complete your to-do list in this moment because
okay,
I needed to do other things, and it's all right with my
yeah.
English.
It's my time here. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. So there are two girls in another room, Juliana and Tatiana. She's living, one live in Portugal and another live in Spain. Yes, Spain. Yeah. So and here in Brazil it's 7 a.m., but in another countries in Portugal it's 11 a.m. and in Spain it's almost mid of the day. Yeah. So it's easy for her yeah, for them to participate. So let's start. Okay, Yeah, about me, guys. So I'm Belle. I'm from Fortaleza, but nowadays I live in Salvador. I live with my mother, my sister. I have two dogs. I love to ride on the bike. I love to read, have a deep conversation with my friends. I work like a air traffic controller, and nowadays I'm charged to responsible for a team, and I work like a supervisor at the controller in the Salvador airport. And that's it. I'm host here since February, I think. I don't remember. But I'm here in TNT since the last year. Yeah. And I'm here because I need to improve my communication skills. Yeah. So, and nowadays I just study English, but my in the future I will be try French because I it's my goal. Yeah. But at the time it's just in English. So for start, the first question, it's about, so the subject of the day is about five love language. And I was thinking about that because the love, there is a language, yeah, like here, we are training English and Bruna studied English and French. But for love, there are five kinds of language uh, from a book. I think the name is Gary Chapman, and because of that, I bring that perspective because I like it. So the first question is, have you ever heard of the conception of the five love language? Yanni, do you learn before? Do you listen before? Do you know what are the five language love?
Yes, and I love this topic.
Yeah, well, really? So what do you
Yes.
think? Do you know the
So
five language love? Love.
I know the five language, so I believe in this concept because I am the person that I have the five language, and I am the person very emotion, uh, and so deve ter mais perguntinha, então não é bom falar demais não, deixa eu ver aqui.
No problem. Because when I write my
So,
questions, I think of a lot of other questions, and don't worry.
okay, so I think that they have the two forms, the love language, because have the form that you receive and the other form that you give, né? Dá para outra pessoa. Give for the person. For example, I am the person that I have the five language, five love language, but have the language that I more strong for me. For example, agora fugiu o nome. For example, the thoughts and the time the other person pass with me is more important. But I am the person that give a present for the other person.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know that you understand.
No, I get it. Do
Yeah.
you think it's important to know about that language? Yeah. To improve the
Yeah.
relationship, for example.
I don't know receive the present, but I love give the present. But I love receive too, but I don't know receive is my problem em relação a isso.
Okay.
But that is, for example, esqueci como é que fala cunhada. Enfim, minha cunhada. Minha
Sister-in-law,
cunhada
maybe.
I think it's that.
was the word?
Sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law? Okay, my sister-in-law, ela, she don't like the thoughts. Is the person that don't like the thoughts. Sister-in-law. Oh, okay, thank you. But is the person that like the make the things for the other person. And she want, she wants não. Tipo, ela consegue escrever, mas não é para todo mundo que ela consegue mandar.
Yeah.
Ela é mais introvertida, tipo assim, aquela pessoa mais fechada.
Yeah, it's your
Mas é uma
kind
mozinha de pessoa.
to give love. Yeah, I get it. So thank you for sharing. And about you, Bruna, have you listened before about the five love language? Do you know about that conception?
Yeah, I know. I think I try to listen this book. I understand that's very important. Like Iana said, when you know what the language, the love language of the language love language of the other person, I think it's easier to, how do you say, agradar
Express? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
other person, because if I know you for you is very important the act of service, for example, and I do this for you, I understand that we have more connection. That's it. I love to read about this, understand the other person. I think it's very important.
Yeah, I love to. And I read the book because it's not just about relationship like a partners, yeah. And when I read the book, I recognize some case of my family, like for example, my grandmother, never to say, "Oh, I love you" for me, for example, but she have another language to say love me, yeah, or your, and like she cook for us. Oh, I make some specific kind of food for you because I know you like it. So it's the way to express your love for me. Yeah. And it's really important to recognize that, because sometimes you are loved for someone, but you don't know because there are other language. Yeah. It's like I will try to talk in Portuguese and another person just talk in English and I could understood anything. Yeah. So yeah, I just heard, I just listened about that, and I found the book and I read and I love to know about that. And, and I think it's amazing because that's improved the relationship between persons. Yeah.
Yeah. In the same line, I think I don't know if you know about it. It's the temperament. Do you know
There is
about
a
this?
book? No.
The temperament, os temperamentos, the four temperaments. No?
Oh no,
It's
but are you?
easy. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, it's awesome.
What?
For example, it's sanguíneo, fleumático. I don't know in English.
Okay.
Sanguíneo, fleumático, colérico, melancólico. It's amazing. I understand. I started to read something about this, and
Maybe
it's,
yeah,
go ahead.
involve the reaction of the persons at different situations. Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
The
Perfect.
comportment, I think it's the behavior about
Yeah.
the person. Maybe it's more interesting when you know, when you it's easier when you understand when you are when you are was and you are a child. When
Yeah.
you're a child, it's easier, you analyze this behavior, because
Yeah.
when you get older, maybe you have the other conception, the other
Yeah. More control about.
skills,
Yeah.
yeah, more control about your temperament. No, it's so
Okay.
nice.
Thank you for suggestion. I found I will looking for and I will read because I love to know about that. So, and the second question, it's which of the love language do you think it's most important in a romantic relationship and why? Yanni, for you, because you are a romantic person, and what's your primary love language? What do you think it's more important for you, for example? What do you like to receive to? to feel loved?
The affirmation words and the thoughts.
Word affirmations, yeah, and thoughts. Okay.
And thoughts.
Do you think it's more important in the romantic relationship?
Yes. And my relationship is a distance. It's very difficult for me.
You are a kind of person that send a message. Do you love me? Do you love me? You are that kind of person.
So we don't question that, oh, we love me. No. But we making the. It's not make. Tipo assim, fizemos um acordo
Oh,
saudável.
there is a
That, for
contract.
example,
Okay.
contract, for example, before the sleep, always always say good night and I love you. And in wake up, always say good morning and I love you. Tipo assim, manter uma frequência para não se perder, entendeu?
Perfect.
Porque hoje em
Yeah,
dia, você sabe.
because it's a distance. Yeah, you need to build in a trust. Yeah, I get it. It's a good one. So yeah, and about you, Bruna, what do you think? What the most important language of romantic relationship? Are you
Well,
married? Yeah. Do you think?
yeah, I'm married.
Yeah. So what do you think?
I have married since 20 years. So where else? I'm not sure if you have the most important romantic language in romantic relationship, because I understand that depend of the person. No, for example, for my husband, I understand that for him it's very important the how do you say this? Not to work romantic, it's the quality time. All the time he need more quality time. Get go out together at the restaurant, for example, and pass a moment together, anything. But I understand it's very important. Physical touch. It's very important. And Iana said about the words of affirmation. I think it's important, but for me, it's not necessary because I don't care about this. It's not doesn't merit for me. It's okay, and I understand for my husband it's okay too. Don't have a problem about it. So I understand it's depend for of your couple.
Yeah. When you ask that question, bring in my mind some ideas like maybe that's different language involve different moments or step in the relationship. Yeah, maybe. So when you get married, I think in the future, yeah, yeah, and I think it's that because in the first moment when you are in the relationship, like you have a boyfriend or girlfriend, you need to know it's not just with a word affirmation, but it's the best way to share for the person you are
Yes.
involved or you want to build a future with that person. But when you get married, maybe you need to do that thing. You need to show you are involved. You are, yeah, you want to do your make to be right. I don't know to say that, but I think is that maybe. And for me, I don't know, guys. I don't know the most important because I think I love the five love languages. But word affirmations, it's important, but nowadays I prefer the action. Yeah. Not acts of service, but to show like, oh, I remember you, or I don't know. I think maybe acts of service sometimes. Receive a gift, it's important, but no, it's just when there is a valor, yeah, emotional valor. Oh, I remember you and I bring that thing for you. Oh, do you like a coffee? oh, you like cough, so I bring a different cough for you, something like that. Yeah, when the person express your feelings. Yeah, I think it's that, but all the languages are important for me because I'm a little emotional person too. So I
You,
think, but it's depend of the moment of the life. Yeah.
yeah, I understand that you bring an interesting thing about it's the moment, no? And when you start to when you started dating, I understand that maybe it's more important words of affirmation show how much you love this person, because maybe have a insecurity emotion, I don't know. And after this, when I, for example, I have married a long time, so I understand that it's not really important for me and for my husband. We change the perspective, maybe, that's it. Do you
Yeah.
have a boyfriend, couple,
No,
someone?
I'm
No.
single. I'm single. Yeah.
So, for example, today my relationship is the distance. So there we have is the words, the affirmation words, and the quality time, because don't have the and the gifts, né? Tipo, porque tem como mandar à distância presente. So don't have the other options for us. But when we meet, the most important is the thoughts, the physical thoughts, because we
Yeah.
are the people that love the physical thoughts,
Yeah.
uh, both the persons, and the quality time. Que a gente tenta aproveitar o máximo possível o pouco tempo que tem.
Yeah. When you have an
So
opportunity to
that's
be
it.
together, yeah, we
Yeah,
need to have a quality
the
time.
language change in the moment.
Yeah, it's true. So the question number 3, it's for how do you personally express love to your partners or loved ones? What love language do you usually use? So Bruno, for you, what's your personally for you express your love for your partners, for your husband, and for your kids, for example? Do you have a different language love for your son or your husband?
Well, I understand that it's important you analyze the specific person, and sometimes I try to different have a different language with them. But I realize that it's important for me the quality time. So all the time, I think it's for everyone. It's important the quality time, and I emphasize all the time this. But for example, for my older son, I understand for him it's very important gift. So many times I try to give something, for example, and for the other he like too much the quality time. Okay, and I try, but I understand the specific moment. I think it's more important for me the quality time for them. And for my
Okay.
husband, of course, I understand it's important physical touch. I think it's very important for the man. I understand
Yeah.
like this, and the quality time, because all the time if I'm stay here in front of the computer, he wants to stay close me here, watch the TV, watch the movie, anything else here close to me. And for my other son, no, I don't like it too much close with you. But when I give him a gift, it's he loved too much.
Yeah, it's interesting because are the same mother, yeah, but yeah, are two sons, but there are different love for him. So and yeah, I was thinking about something, but I forgot it at the moment. Yeah. So for you, Yanni, what your I think you answered that question, but for you, how can you express your love for your partners or for your parents, for relatives, or your friends? What way do
Yeah,
you use?
the for the other the people near for me and important for me, I love the gift is the tipo marca registrada minha isso basicamente. For example, the Natal presents, eu já comprei todos praticamente, presente de Natais. And for
Want to be
my
your
mother,
friend. I want to be your friend.
yeah, for my mother and my father, I give two gifts, and I do um the things. For example, I drive for my mother, and um, I help in the cooking and the small things.
Yeah.
I try for the help him. I help her. Quase que errei. So and that's it for my boyfriend is different. I use it more the five language because I express it more, and that's it. It's different for the each person.
Yeah, it's different. I think depends of the kind of relationship. Yeah. So I think for me, guys, it's possible and try gifting, but it's not. I don't give gift to just think about the price, or I try use a valor of the gift. It's like, yeah, but normally in the Christmas or in the another celebration date, I don't give a lot of gifts for all the persons. It's just one special person in my life, for example. But I love to acts of service. I think it's important. Yes, I don't know to say that surpreender in small details. Yeah, I love to cook sometimes for the other persons. I think it's a good way to express my love because I love receive that. Yeah, small things like that. I think it's and Bruno, I remember that when you are talking, it's about quality time. I think it's really important in relationships. Yeah, nowadays it's not just express your love, but express respect it. Yeah, respect it with other persons because nowadays it's so hard all the time. For example, yesterday I have dinner with my sister and my mother. We go out and eat Japanese food, for example. But I try don't use the cell phone all the time to enjoy the moment. Yeah, to talk and yeah, have a conversation, real conversation. But sometimes I use the cell phone and I'm here with my mother and my sister, but we don't have the same time to enjoy the moment, yeah, to have a good conversation. And it's a challenge nowadays, yeah, when you talk
Yeah,
about
I agree. I think it's with everyone, it's a challenge. I try all the time when we together with my family, my parents and my husband, my son, for example. I try to don't look at all the time with the cell phone. Here in my house, it's esqueci, proibido. Use the cell phone on the table on the when they have a lunch, dinner, for example. I think it's the our moment. So pay attention, enjoy the moment like this. I think it's more
yeah,
interesting.
it's a rule, yeah, don't
Yeah,
use
it's a
the
rule. Exactly. So one thing it's very interesting, like I realized here when Ian and you said it's that for you, for example, it's very important act of service and Ian like too much received a gift. And I understand, and for me, a quality time maybe. I understand that it's when you for you it's important act of service. You like to do the same for the other person. No?
Yeah.
You like to prepare to cook for your family, your mother, for your sister, for example. Yana love to she still buy she still buy the Christmas gift,
Yeah.
for example, because it's important for her. But in this moment, I realize, but it's okay, but it's important for me, but for the other person, it is important.
Yeah.
Maybe it's I gift for you, a gift, but you, oh my
Perfect.
gosh, I prefer act of service. No?
Perfect. Yeah, and because of that, there is the question number 4. Talk about that. Do you believe that understanding your partner's love language is essential for a successful relationship? Why or why not? That's the question.
Of course.
Yeah, that's the question. That's point. It's it's totally it's crucial to understand another point of view or another love language, because sometimes you just express your love when you feel loved for someone and by the kind of way. So it's really important. What do you think about that? Because for you, do you think it's the same? Do you express your love? And do you want to receive the same love in the same way? What do you think?
No, I think it's different because I needed to show my love for him when I understand what they want, what it's important for him, for them, for example, and not what is important for me. In this moment, I understand that I express my love for him. Um, that's it. But I understand that it's important you understand the other person all the time, your colleague, your parents, and special your couple. No?
Yeah, perfect. It's a good point. So, and you, Yanni, what do you think about that? It's
So
important
I
to
think that
understand.
yes, I think that we need to know the other person. For example, my boyfriend say to me one first that he I don't know how can I say percebeu, but ele tinha percebido that I this important for me in the important days, tipo, datas comemorativas, sabe? That we do the anything or that I receive the gift or the alguma coisa tem que ser feita. Ele percebeu isso. And it's important for me. And he said for me that he is better, tipo, que ele ia melhorar com isso, porque ele sabia que eu gostava, entendeu?
Okay.
Então, tipo assim, eu acho que você tem que conhecer a pessoa, because in the Christmas is cultural in my family, give the gifts, and I am the person that love this, so eu já empolgo. But in the other in the other case, I have more control em relação a isso.
Yeah. So thank you. And about you, Yanni, when we are talking about the question number 5, can you share example of a time when you felt loved for someone who spoke your primary love language? Like just one point that you said it's so important. It's because at the first time we need to recognize about self-love. Yeah, because I about myself. Sorry, it's a little hard to me to recognize my primary love language, and I don't know to say specifically my primary love language because I like it all the I felt loved using all the ways. So, but for you, that you have an example like at your life, what the most moment that you felt loved for someone? What do you think?
don't know, because I use the 5 language.
But
uh,
when you realize, oh, someone loved me a lot, maybe it's your mother or your father, someone
uh,
important in your life. Do you have some
uh,
example?
yes, after when I have como é que eu te falo isso? The problem in my health, my mother always try the search um, the solution for the problem, and they search the very doctors and the enfim. So quando aconteceu isso, eu não gostei, porque meio que eu me senti pressionada. E eu estava bem com o que. Não estava bem, né? Mas estava bem, tipo assim, a aceitação do que estava acontecendo. So, after, when I observe, when I see, né, all that I passed, meio que eu reconheci e entendi. Tipo, era uma preocupação dela de querer resolver aquilo e me fazer sentir bem, entendeu?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. So after the situation, you are more mature person, or you could recognize that, yeah? Because sometimes
Yeah.
at the moment it's hard. So yeah.
E in the other moment, when I was in the beginning,
Yeah.
yes, began in the relationship, my boyfriend always is present. Tipo, tava sempre presente em todos os momentos. And he never, tipo, dependendo da situação, ele não afastou que acontecesse. The other pensamento não, né? Other thing that I have.
So it's okay. Thank you for sharing with us. And about you, Bruna, what the moment, what kind of moment do you felt loved? Wasn't the you get married, or there is some specific moment?
Well, I recognize when the other person love me, for example, in special my family, or relation or relative, for example. For example, this weekend it was my birthday, so I'm going to celebrate at pizzeria. How do you say this, pizzeria? And when I invited this person, my family, of course, my relatives, I understand they love me because they agreed to celebrate my birthday together. And well, they are spend their time with me. So I understand that it's very important for me, the quality time, because it's important for me. And it's not necessary give me a gift in my birthday. It's necessary you
Be present.
agree, celebrate with me in this moment.
Perfect.
Not
What's on the Friday? The last Friday?
no, this Monday.
Oh, that's week.
Yes, that's
Oh.
week.
I don't know about that. Oh,
Yeah.
happy birthday.
Thank you.
So late, but happy birthday.
It's important. Every time it's so nice to receive a good felicitations, great congratulations. No,
Yeah.
so nice. So that's it. In this moment, I understand when you spend time together, I think you realize I'm important for you. For example, it's important.
Yeah. So Yeah, when you talk that, I didn't know about one example, but I remember that involved my birthday too. Was all my family. That's word follow me today. Let me see. How can I say surprise? Surprise
Surprise.
me. Yeah,
Yeah.
with a party. Yeah, my family surprised me with a party, and was amazing because I never thought about that. And when I discovered it, I felt loved for all the guys, and was amazing. And I think is that was a good moment for me. But when you talk about the love language, I think depends. I try understood another love, express love for another person. For example, my grandmother or my mother. Yeah, I know there is a different way for express love for me, and I'm felt love when there is a kind of situation. Yeah. So girls, I bring the another. I closed another room because oh, Tatiana.
Já?
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
Wow.
The time it's over today because I think the subject was good. Yeah. So I bring Juliana Tatiana before because Tatiana, yeah, leave the room.
She needed to
Yeah.
leave the room
So how
because
was
of
the
work.
Okay, yeah, I need to work at 8 o'clock because of that. I'm almost prepared for go my work. So, how was the conversation, Tatiana? Can you realize your primary love language?
Yeah, the conversation was very nice. I think for me, my favorite language is the act of receiving, acts
Of
of
service or
service.
receive gift?
No. Acts
Of service.
of service, and yes, our conversation was very nice and very interesting. These issues.
Yeah. Did you read the book about that?
No, I never have heard about this, and it's very interesting.
Yeah, I was talking about that because there is a book, and the finish of the book and the almost the last chapter talk about there is a search, or it's like a search, it's a test. So when you choose some questions, you can realize what your primary love language. But for me, don't work because I I like all the love language. But it's really important. Yeah, I recognize that. And do you think how it's your way to express your love? It's active service too, or not? Do you use another language?
I think the main language is the active of service, but I like all language. I think it's important.
Yeah, because there is a primary love language. Yeah. So thank you, Tatiana. And about you, Juliana, how was the conversation? And you could realize what your love language, primary love language?
It was a very interesting subject because talking about feelings, it's very important. And for me, I like to use the 5 ways to express love, but we talked about cooking, for example. Cook
Oh my
to my
gosh, I told
friends,
that.
cooking to my friends, or when my friends cook for me, it's a very good one to express love. I think spend time with my friends, with my family.
Yeah.
That's it, especially cooking.
Yeah, I like to cook for someone that I love it. I like to receive that kind of love too. And do you have the same way like Bruna? Because Bruna said during the conversation that love quality time. So in that case,
Yeah.
I think involve the both love language, yeah. So it's really, really important. So girls, I love the conversation. That's just women, but I think the subject fits in that for us, yeah. So I put in the chat the link for surveyor, certo? And I will finish the live on YouTube. And just remember, girls, I will be here the next Friday, 7 a.m. And yeah, thank you for participation. Yeah. And I see you again. Okay. Bye bye.
Thank
Okay,
you.
bye bye.
Have a nice
Have a
weekend.
nice week.